Hello, I'm Joachim Duplessis. Welcome to the HTS Epoll. It's your opportunity to weigh in on the most pressing issues of the day. The emergency services have had to respond to an unprecedented number of calls over the past few years. The men and women who run the service often encounter people with serious injuries and, in some cases, dead or dying individuals. In October, the government secured funds to the tune of $27 million to have the emergency services better resourced. This is said to have been long overdue as the employees of the emergency services have had to operate in difficult conditions in response to accidents, fires, and injuries resulting from violence. So we ask, are the contributions of the workers of the emergency services underestimated by the public? We took to the streets to get your opinion, and here's what you had to say.
Yes, I believe they do, because they're making the job of the fire service harder every day for them. Especially for the accidents. They have a lot of young careless drivers on the road that don't take their time. They don't follow the traffic signs. They don't obey the laws of the road. So, and the fire service right now, the work is harder and it's more difficult for them. So they always have to be out. So yes, I believe they're undermining the fire service.
Because I think a lot of persons take it for granted. They just believe the fire service, the police, the nurses, the doctors, they leave home, they go to the hospital or the workplaces, they cool out and they go home. But they do not realize that the amount of work that they have to do. And if you look at some of the accidents, I think a lot of the accidents can be avoided if we pay a lot more attention to how we utilize the road. A lot of the violence that takes place puts not only the workers under pressure, but it also put the resources of the facility under pressure. And until it hits home and it actually gets to persons who are definitely associated or related to us in terms of those persons who undertake this task, we're not going to realize how much attention that we have to pay to what we do, and we put them under pressure. Yes, the persons have to work. Yes, you expect them to get a salary, but overworking them is not equivalent to doing some of the things that we're doing. So we have to be a lot more cognizant of some of the things that we do and show a lot more appreciation for the work of those persons involved in the emergency services.
Yo pa ka même respecter ces fire brigade là. Puis si yo tous les semaines ni un accident. So ces driver même ni pour prendre temps yo à sous chemin, yo pas ni pour drive comme un qui fou. Est-ce que vous comprenez? Yo ni pour prendre temps yo. Puis c'est pour yo ça c'est pas moun. C'est pas les animaux qui a sous chemin, c'est les gens qui a sous chemin, puis de là, ils ont end up croiser les gens. Est-ce que les gens end up mort? Sous négligent, ils ont pour pointer en compagnie ni faux dans les en compagnie qui a boire, là, ils ont fini, ils ont light drive. So, toute manière, c'est pour accident en fait. Yo pas qu'à respecter ces gens fire brigade là.
Yo assuré qu'ils font bon travail. Vous comprenez parce qu'avant qu'il y ait ambulance, quick to respond. Mais à l'autre side là, moi pour criticiser un brigade la gouvernement tout. Vous comprenez parce qu'il a nos chai, minibus drivers, et moun qui ni machine qui pas ni respect pour pedestrians.
Them careless drivers is right now there, it just driving and just doing accident nonsensely and doing things hard for the fire service and things. Right now the government have to put how much money to buy vehicles and do things for the fire service, and it's stupidness. Drivers are alone at on the road, they're doing carelessness. Yeah, they have to respect the work of the fire service.
I don't think so, because the fire service, I think it's a really easy job they have. So the fact that they get in the little work on the road by the accident that happens every week, I think it's a good thing that they having to move about and to do their work.
Don't you think that the work is still being undermined?
Well, not really. Not really, because I not really seen the amount of work they get in to do, if not the little accidents that happen in our houses burning. Like once in a while, houses you get in houses that burning, or any little fires or anything like that. If not for the trainings, they're not really doing anything much.
It is being undermined by the public because with a lot of accidents happen on the road for careless driving, and these people have to respond.
and other issues they really have to respond, and they have to be substantiated somehow or the other. And I find the government is doing well by pumping money into that avenue that the people can get the services. But they're doing very well, my brother. Yeah. So we need to accept the fact that they are making a very good contribution towards our stability.
Yes, they are undermining the works of the fire service because the firemen are working very hard. Because as they hear something happen, they have to be rushing. So it's we that have to, and I think we have to applaud them for what they are doing because they are doing a very good job.
Don't you think the public is making it a little harder sometimes for them?
Yes,
because of the accidents on the road?
Yes, they are making it a little harder because they are acting careless on the road. So it's harder they're making it for the firemen.
You can faire travail la plus wed because you pas qu'à servir loi qui manière pour drive you can drive careless so you pas qu'à want travail la plus wed by c'est dans tout l'accident c'est careless driving.
Thanks for those responses. Now to our new discussion. The border dispute between Guyana and Venezuela is back in the headlines with both nations seeking the intervention of international courts to help solve the long-standing matter. Venezuela has scheduled a referendum for the 4th of December in which its citizens will be invited to vote on a number of issues related to the border dispute with Guyana. The Essequibo region of Guyana, which is being claimed by Venezuela, is mineral-rich and forms two-thirds of Guyana. The government of Guyana has argued that dispute was settled by international arbitration in 1899 and further confirmed in 1905. Venezuela challenges the process. The recent exploration by multinational oil companies have ignited Venezuela's concern. So we ask, are you concerned that this dispute would result in an armed conflict between the two nations? Voting is easy. Just log on to htsstlucia.org and vote. Remember, our Epoll team is always on the go to get your responses as well. Watch the HTS News Force from 7 p.m. for the results and a new discussion.